My name is Rob Timms, and I am the teaching pastor for Blackman Baptist Church. So I think the best way to talk about preaching at Blackman is to say that we just preach the Bible. We preach the Bible. Now, on the surface, that can kind of seem overly simplistic, but in reality, it's really a complex sentence to unpack because it doesn't just speak to what we preach on a Sunday morning, but it also speaks to how we preach. So if you spend any amount of time visiting churches, getting on the internet, listening to sermons, what you'll find is that all of them will say, hopefully, that they are preaching the Bible, but their styles and their content are so wildly different, it can quickly confuse somebody about what it means to actually preach the Bible. So at Blackman, when I say we preach the Bible, this is what we mean. We mean we read and explain a portion of the Bible, and then we work to apply the meaning of that to our lives. So when I say that in a sermon I'm going to read and explain a portion of the Bible, I quite literally mean that we're going to read and explain a portion of the Bible. So I'm not going to preach about the Bible. I'm not going to preach a sermon that uses the Bible when it's convenient or helpful. I literally mean I'm going to read and explain a portion of the Bible. So for example, if I were preaching on Psalm 1:1, it says this. It says, "How happy is the one who does not walk in the advice of the wicked, or stand in the pathway with sinners, or sit in the company of mockers." So in a sermon, I would read this very carefully with you, and I would try to come to an understanding as to what the writer intends to say in this passage. What does he mean by happy? What are the differences between mockers and sinners and people who are wicked? What are the meanings behind walking and standing and sitting? What's the relationship between those things? Now, along the way, we'll use illustrations from current events, from history, from literature, from the movies, from my own personal life and the lives of our kids, etc., to illustrate the truths that we find in those texts. But those illustrations are just that. They are illustrative. They exist to shed light on the substance of the text. Those stories are not what I've come there to say. They're there to illustrate what I've come there to say from the text. So on any given Sunday, you're going to find us reading and explaining a portion of the Bible in our sermons. And we're going to work to apply the meaning of that text to our lives. So we don't just stop at reading and explaining. We also spend the time in the sermon to apply the meaning of that text to our lives. So James 1:22 is a verse that just cuts straight to the heart of this. It says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves." So to just hear the word and not do what the word says is to lie to ourselves. So nobody likes being in a relationship with a perpetual liar, but this text says to be the kind of person who just reads and understands the Bible, but doesn't actually do what it says, is to live a life of self-deception about what you actually believe. So in our sermons, we actually do the work to apply the Word to our lives. So again, when we're preaching the Bible at Blackman Baptist Church, we are reading a portion of the Bible, we're trying to get at what it means, and we're trying to learn how to do what it says. This is what we mean by preaching at Blackman Baptist Church.